This assignment, I interviewed Dr. Josh Griffin, who serves as the Director of Testing Accountability at Franklin County Schools. In his role, he oversees state testing requirements, develops common assessments, and facilitates data conversations across the district. Josh and I began our careers together in the same math department, which gives me some shared perspective on classroom practice as I interpret his responses. What makes his position unique is that he operates as what he described as a department of one, meaning he is responsible for both compliance and instructional data use across the district. This provided insight not just into classroom assessment, but into how assessment data functions at a systems level. At the district level, data tracking is intentionally designed to go beyond simple numerical summaries. Josh emphasized this clearly when he stated, "I don't care that the test average is a 70. I care about what concepts kids are struggling with." Rather than focusing on averages, the district uses tools like Google Sheets and structured reflection documents where teachers analyze student work. Teachers identify specific misconceptions and outline instructional next steps. This allows teachers to view each other's reflections, creating a shared space for professional learning and collaboration. Data analysis in this context is deeply tied to intentional assessment design. Josh described how assessments are scaffolded so teachers can pinpoint exactly where student understanding breaks down. Instead of a single complex question, assessments are broken into parts to determine whether students can write, solve, and interpret mathematical relationships. This allows teachers to identify specific misconceptions rather than simply marking answers as either correct or incorrect. This level of intentionality in assessment design ensures that each question serves a specific purpose, rather than trying to measure multiple things at once, which ultimately makes the data more useful for understanding student thinking. At a broader level, the district triangulates multiple data sources, including benchmark assessments and evals projections to monitor student progress over time. Once data is analyzed, it becomes the foundation for instructional decision making through structured data meetings. In these meetings, teacher cohorts come together to discuss student performance, identify trends, and share instructional strategies. Josh described these sessions as involving a lot of discourse, a lot of conversation, and a lot of sharing ideas. Administrators also have access to teacher reflections and often participate in these discussions, helping align instructional leadership across the district. One of the most important takeaways from this interview is the emphasis on growth over proficiency. Josh noted that when educators focus on individual student growth, everything else will take care of itself. One thing that stood out to me is the distinction between collecting data and actually using it. Josh made it clear that simply giving an assessment without analyzing and responding to the results is, in his words, essentially a waste of time. That pushed my thinking beyond classroom assessment as just a routine practice and more towards seeing it as a diagnostic tool that requires intentional follow-up. It also highlighted the importance of structures like data meetings and teacher reflection that support teachers in making sense of that data rather than working in isolation. For me, this reinforces the importance of designing assessments with clear purpose and using data not just to measure learning, but to guide it. Whether working at the classroom or systems level, assessment is most effective when it leads to meaningful instructional decisions that support all students.